All right, how about now? There we are. Just had to confirm. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening. We have one heck of a game going today. And by heck of a game, I mean Philip frickin' Rivers out of retirement, getting basically giving up a Hall of Fame induction this year. He has to now be reset on 5 years before he can be up for Hall of Fame again. He was a semifinalist, decided to get out of his house, get off the couch, stop raising 11 kids, 10 kids, and come back and play the final stretch of this season for the Colts. I really hope that Seattle's defense doesn't get charged with murder today or manslaughter because this is going to be a hard one for him to come back from. I can't imagine pro, semi-pro, I can't imagine coming back after four, almost five full seasons not playing and then coming back to face the number two defense in the NFL. So here we are. The kickoff is away. It's going to be returned from inside the 10. First contact's made at the 25, and the Colts will be getting their starting their drive off at the 27-yard line. You got Philip Rivers coming on out there, and oh man, this is incredible. This is insane. I can't believe in 2025 we are here watching Philip Rivers play. Go Hawks is right, Stumpery. Go Hawks. All right. So what's Rivers do? First play in his career in 5 years. Hands it off to JT, who's going to get stopped. He's getting a yard. And they are stripping for the ball, too. They had about six Hawks on him. All right, first play back, and they're handing it to JT. I feel like JT is going to be the recipient of an absolute large number of short gain passes, screens, runs. He is going to be the workhorse. I say 30 plus touches today. 28. Let's go 28 for his number. 28 touches. He's at one. Taylor runs it to the outside and he gets 11. Colts first down. And how about the headline of today? How about the Kansas City Chiefs being eliminated from the playoffs? Gone. No chance, no wild card, no nothing. Eliminated from the playoffs. Insane. Look at that. Oh man, I was almost late to the game. I forgot that I had to eat before this, so I made tacos, but because I had to start the stream, I uh I didn't actually put it in burrito form, so I just have a taco bowl. Yeah, I saw Mahomes got hurt, man. It's a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it's because Mahomes got hurt. It's because of the thrown interception by Minshew. But honestly, the drive that Minshew put together was really nice. Up until obviously the interception, they were in field goal range, long field goal, but field goal range nonetheless. Um, but if it wasn't this week, what next week? They put themselves against the wall, and I don't think they were gonna hit maybe wild card, but that was a long shot. And with the Jags, the Texans, the Bills, they all won today. So, all right, Phillips' first throw to Taylor. They're saying it's incomplete. That ball looked like a high school, not even a high schooler. That looked like a toddler threw it. Okay, yep, good call. Incomplete. It definitely hit the ground. But like I said, the whole game plan thus far has been Taylor. All right, we have a 3rd and 7. Colts at their own 43. Emin showing blitz. Nope, fake blitz. Quick, quick pass to Pittman, It was a quick screen pass that got about 8, 9 yards. That's first down. This is basically Jonathan Taylor versus the Seahawks. All right, first and 10 on Seattle's 45. Hand off to Taylor, and he's getting stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He, forward progress probably got him to the first. Should the Seattle defense sack Rivers back to retirement? Man, I like Rivers, so this is tough. I feel for the guy, but he signed the contract, right? So, I mean, he knew what he was coming up against. The Colts go against some of the best defenses in the league in the next couple weeks, so that's on him. If he think he can be around these 20-year-old guys and get hit, go for it. I don't know the detail. Oh, he just got hammered too. Good defense. Julian Love with the pass deflection. Coverage on Warren prevented him from getting that. And Rivers got absolutely drilled. The ball was slightly off target, so I'm not going to give all that credit. I know, that's crazy. 10 kids and 2 grandkids and coming back to play football, right? Third and 10. Rivers out of the shotgun. Man in motion, takes snap, drops back, getting pressured, throws it. Ooh. Warren was the intended receiver on that one. Phillip got hit, and he got sandwiched. Warren got sandwiched between 2 Seattle defenders. He could not hang on to the ball. He went up for it. First contact was Love, and then Imanwari just hit him right in the chest. All right, Phillip Rivers. He lasted an NFL drive. Fourth and 10. They're going to punt. Kicks up. Ooh, that was a very good punt. Bounced inside the 10 and took a favorable Colts bounce. They're going to get the ball. Seattle will have it at the 11. All right, let's see what Seattle can do with it. So, we've got a couple games going on right now. So, we got some really important games going on. We got Detroit versus the Rams, and we have Tennessee versus the Niners. I I would love to see an upset, but it's highly unlikely Tennessee takes out the Niners. But it would be nice to see the Lions upset the Rams, and I do say upset because the Lions are without Branch today, who is their safety, and he's an incredible safety. So I'm very interested to see how Puka does today, because I feel as though he's going to have a game. Puka and Adams. Um, but we'll see. So looking at it now, we already have the Niners in the red zone. So we shall see how those games go. I will give you updates on those games as they transpire. And as far as fantasy, your fantasy players out there, Green Bay beating the Broncos, Lions upsetting the Rams. Yeah, the Lions upsetting the Rams would be incredible. I could definitely see Green Bay beating the Broncos. It's kind of like the Patriots. The Patriots and the Broncos are, in my opinion, kind of peas in a pod. They've had really good seasons, but they haven't really played anybody who's like, wow, they actually won that game. The Bills tried to lose that game. I will say the Bills tried to lose that game. But for you fantasy players out there, I'll give you some updates on some of the early window games. Drake May ended up going for 2 rushing touchdowns, 155 yards through an interception. James Cook with a day, the hat trick, 3 total touchdowns and 107 yards. Um, Trey McBride having a monstrous day. This tight end, I mean, you talk about Hall of Famer tight ends, and like people will mention Kelsey, people will mention oh, what's that guy's name? I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. People mention Kelsey, obviously, but Trey McBride, what, his second year? 134 yards on 12 receptions and 2 receiving touchdowns. Absolutely insane. Oh, we got Seattle starting at their own 10. Darnold hands it off to Walker. Walker makes, oh, he almost had that freedom. He only gets about 2 yards on the run. So yeah, McBride with an absolute monster of a day. Brian Thomas Jr. had a decent one. 4 receptions on 66 yards for a touchdown. You had Dalton Schultz, speaking of tight ends, 8 receptions, 76 yards, and a TD. Let's see. Nico Collins had a good day. 3 receptions for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. All right, Darnold's under center. 2nd and 7 at the 13. Josh Allen is that guy. Pitches it to Walker. Walker isn't getting anywhere. He's getting 3 yard loss on the play. We're going to bring up 3rd and 10 at the 10. All right. Jamar Chase had a nice outing. 10 receptions, 132 yards. Who else had some days? Dallas Goedert. Tight end. Was it tight end day? 3 tight ends with multiple touchdowns. You got Goddard, 6 receptions, 70 yards, and 2 TDs. All right. From the 11-yard line, 3rd and 9. Darnold in the shotgun. Charbonnet to his left. Takes a snap. Pressure coming. Don't take a sack here. He dumps it off to Kupp for about 7 yards. He is going to be short. There is a flag on the play. Oh, and it looks like it's against Seattle. They're gonna decline the penalty and force the 4th and 3. They're gonna have to punt. And so a 3 and out against this Colts defense. Got Dixon back to punt. Hopefully he doesn't have too busy of a day. Seattle got up to the 17-yard line. All right. So Dixon standing on the 2. The snap. The boot. All right, so he kicked it out of bounds. Looks at about the 40-yard line. So what's that, a 55-yard punt? All right, back to our recap for fantasy. So Terry McLaurin, 3 receptions, 69 yards, and a TD. That's not bad for him today. What else do we got? Travis Etienne with a hat trick. 32 rushing yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. Hold on, what's his receptions today? He had 3 receptions for 73 yards, 3 touchdowns. Every time he caught the ball, he ran it in the end zone. 31.5 fantasy points in PPR. What a day. Jalen Hurts, 175 yards, 3 passing TDs. Oh, and Packers recovered a fumble. All right, so we have a touchdown update. We have Jawan Jennings catching a 4-yard touchdown pass. San Francisco is up 7-0. Hey, there we go. There we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown for 17 yards. Detroit is up 7-0 over the LA Rams. Let's go, Lions. All right, who else has had a day? Obviously, so little throwback to Thursday. Bijan Robinson having himself a day, 19 carries, 93 yards, 1 TD, and 8 catches for 82 yards. And Josh Allen having himself a good one as well, 3 touchdown day and 48 rushing yards on 11 carries. So that is your recap of your major players. Let me actually go and see in my league's free agents. See who else had big days. Trevor Flippin Lawrence with a 44.3. Wow. 330 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, 5 carries for 51, and a touchdown rushing. 6 touchdown day by Trevor Lawrence. Goldilocks having a game. Wow, what a day for him. All right, Philip Rivers went 1 for 4 in the opening drive for 12 yards. Let's see what he does. They mark the ball out at the 35-yard line. Rivers hands off to JT. Taylor making something out of nothing. Fights for 8 yards. All right, we got a 2nd and 2. Rivers out of the shotgun with Taylor to his right. Hands it to Taylor. Taylor gets touched. Picks up 3. There is a flag. Taylor right now picked up 3 and has a first down. Hey, Sonny, appreciate you. Nope, they picked up the flag. There is no foul on the play. So you got Colts getting a first down after a 3-yard rush by Taylor. All right. So Seattle is a one-half team. And what I mean by that is they either play really well in the first half or they play really well in the second half. So right now, that one drive Seattle had was not promising, and their defense has given up too much to Taylor. Rivers just absolutely threw that away, and Witherspoon knew he had an opportunity with it, but did not see it in time. So incomplete pass by Philip Rivers. I will say this, and this is very early in the game. Rivers throwing looks horrible. Horrible. What I can say is each pass I've seen him throw, not one of them has spiraled. That's something you see in every pass by every quarterback in the NFL. I haven't seen one of his passes spiral. Rivers dumps it, throws it to Abdullah, who gets a first down, got about 13 yards. Seattle is giving up way too much at the moment. Sonny, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. We'll have to get together and do a nice stream on Arc. That was a fun run. All right, Rivers out of the shotgun. Taylor to the right. He hands it off to Abdullah. Abdullah gets tripped up and gets about 3 yards on that one. So this is like a Jared Goff versus Matthew Stafford kind of day, actually, when you think about it. They traded, they traded QBs, so. All right, 2nd and 7. Rivers in the shotgun. Taylor to the left. Hands it off to Taylor. Goes up the middle for 3 yards. which will bring up a third down. It'd be about 3rd and 4. Oh, and we have a touchdown for you. Rico Dowdle, 4-yard rushing touchdown against Saints. All right, Rivers out of the shotgun. Taylor to his right. 3rd and 4. Rivers throws it. Throws it to Pittman, complete for 4 yards, first down. It's it's wild to me that the Colts are driving because every pass is so slow and takes so long to get there. It's wild to me that that's how this is going right now. All right, 1st and 10. Give to Abdullah. Picks up about 7 yards. Jeez, this Seattle defense is on their heels, man. I don't know what the heck is going on with this. All right, Rivers under center. Taylor in the backfield. Hands it off to Taylor on a 2nd and 2, and Taylor gets swallowed up for a loss of 3. Beautiful play by Seattle's D. Jaron Reed comes in and just bullies his blocker. Morris is right there as well. Beautiful play. Just blew Taylor up in the backfield. 3rd and 5. Phillip Rivers in the shotgun. Taylor to his left. The snap. The throw. Incomplete pass. No flag. All right. That was a lot of contact in that one. All right, so that brings up 4th and 5. The field goal unit's going to come on out. All right. Now, last week Seattle did have a blocked field goal. It's not this one. All right. The Colts are on the board first. All right, 3-0 Indy. So we shall see what Seattle can answer with. You like my background? I put up a new background this week. You got Gino, DK. It's all backwards. Oh, screw it. Gino, DK, Lockett, and Jigba, how it started and how it's currently going. So, I don't know. Seattle, quickest rebuild ever? I mean, they did some pretty damn good stuff in the offseason. I am, I have been a Seahawks fan for almost 20 years now. And, God, that makes me sound so old. And I I want to be all in. I really do. I want to be, yeah, Super Bowl, yeah, playoffs. We got this. We're the best team in the league. I Darnold concerns me. Like when he's good, he is good. But when he's bad, oh, is it bad? Oh, is it bad? But deep into the first quarter, and it's 3-0 Colts. So the other games we have going on right now, it's San Francisco up 7 over Tennessee, who's got 0. The Lions are up 7 against the Rams, who also have 0. And the Panthers up against the Saints 7-0. Deep into the first quarter here, and this is only going to be the second drive for your Seahawks. So, just waiting for this commercial to be over. Yeah, we got 3:40 left in the first, and this is going to be the second drive for Seattle. So, stat they just put out is that Seattle has not scored a first quarter touchdown in the last 4 games. All right, Shaheed on the return. Picks it up at the 10. He had a touchdown last week. Good return. Brings it up to the 38-yard line. I hope each and every one of you saw that touchdown from Shaheed last week. That was a thing of beauty. 100-yard touchdown. Right to open the half. Beautifully done. All right. Let's go, Hawks. All right. Darnold in the backfield alone out of the shotgun. JSN in motion to the right. Snap. The throw. Gives it to Cup. Cup gets 19 yards. Sorry, they're calling it 17. Oh, and they're doing tempo. Darnold right back to it. The throw. It was a low, but they're saying it was caught by Shaheed for about 14. Is it a catch? Oh, it is. Beautiful catch by Shaheed. So low to the ground. Oh, and they're just doing a tempo, and Darnold takes it. All right, hand off to Walker. Walker gets 4. That's like 3 plays. There's only 2:30 left. Seattle is just up in the tempo on this drive. They're finally taking a breather here. They're still getting set up, but they just did like 3 plays in about 10 seconds. All right, Darnold under center, K9 in the background, backfield. All right, the snap, the pitch to Walker. Walker gets pushed out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain, so we're going to look at 3rd and 5, I think, maybe 3rd and 4. Two minutes to go in the first. Remember, at the beginning of this drive, it was said Seattle has not scored a touchdown in the first quarter in 4 games. Let's see if they took that personal. All right, it'll be a 3rd and 4. Darnold out of the shotgun. Walker in motion to his right. Hands it to Walker, who's getting tied up behind the line. 2-yard loss on the play. That was ugly. What happened there? Latu goes low. Oh. Anthony Bradford got cut at the knees by Latu, fell on top of him, and Walker just fell on top of both of them. So we're going to have a 47-yard field goal attempt by Jason Myers here from the left hash. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is more than good, and we have a tied ball game with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. So we are tied at 3. Colts kick a field goal. Seattle answers with their own. What do we got going on in the rest of the league? You got the Rams in the red zone. Puka Nakua's got 3 catches for 26 yards so far. JSN hasn't even been targeted yet today. Devontae Adams has 2 receptions on 35 yards. Oh, Kyron Williams up the middle, 4-yard touchdown. Pending an extra point, it looks like we're going to be all tied up. You got the Packers leading the Broncos 3-0. Well, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Hope everybody has a good day. We saw some exciting games. We saw the Chiefs kicked out of the playoffs for the first time in, I believe, 11 seasons. The Chiefs will not be in the playoffs. All right, the extra point is up and good over there for the Rams, so it is tied ball game there, 7-7. Panthers are still up on the Saints, 7-0. The Niners up on the Titans, 7-3. So we got 5 games going on in this late window. And then obviously tonight we also have is tonight? No, that's tomorrow night. Tonight is Vikings and Cowboys? Yes, it is. Tonight is the Vikings and Cowboys. Tomorrow night we have the Dolphins and Steelers. So those are like 2 games that aren't really going to be watched. All right, let's see what Detroit can do. I hope your teams won today, and I hope that if your team hasn't played yet, that they win. All right, Myers set to kick. Kicks away into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback brought out to the 35-yard line. Well, I hope everybody's having a good December. A happy holiday, Merry Christmas. I hope your Thanksgivings have been well, and I hope you're all in good health. It's been cold over here in the Northeast. It's been pretty cold. Had, I think, another 4 inches of snow, so we have about 7 inches of snow out here where I'm at. So nothing too drastic, but enough to not make you want to go outside. All right, Rivers in the backfield. Hands it off to Taylor. Gets about 3 yards. And we'll have probably at least one more play before the end of the first. They showed a statistic. Rivers, when throwing for over 10 yards, is 0 for 4. Under 10 yards, he's 3 for 4. I told you that ball is ugly when he throws it. Hands it off to Taylor to the left, who's going to get stopped after a 2-yard gain. And that will be the final play of the first. So when we start the second, it is going to be a 3rd and 6. And that is the end of the first quarter. All tied up at 3. All right, what's going on in these other games? Anything exciting? Packers and Broncos, end of the first quarter. Still have 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter for the Lions and Rams game. Panthers got a minute and a half left, and the Niners and Titans are 30 seconds into their second quarter. So the games are progressing nicely. Well, to all of you who are new or coming in the stream here, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is something that I do on my channel weekly. I do the Seahawks games. I try to do the Seahawks games. I might, if the want or desire is high enough, I might do some of these for other games. You know, those main like playoff games or high stakes matchups, or maybe the game of the week. Um, I do have fun doing it. It's actually not too bad. I kind of like calling the game. So it's not a bad gig. Um, and then on this channel, I do a lot of gaming content as well. I've got great group of friends, great group of support. Um, anything from DayZ to now the big one is Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6. Used to do a little Call of Duty. If they do something better here in the next year or so, maybe I'll go back. But looking forward to seeing what this does for me. I went to TwitchCon this past October, met some really incredible people, got some good advice, got moved over to OBS instead of Streamlabs. So you see all the fancy stuff I got going on with me right now, learning how to do that. I'm growing. I appreciate y'all that are growing with me. All right, start of the second. Start of the second quarter. 3rd and 4. Rivers in the shotgun. Taylor to the right. He drops back for the pass. He throws it for Warren. Warren caught it. They're saying he caught it in bounds. Wow, that was a very good reception for Warren. Eee. I don't think he did. Did he get the second foot? I, Mike McDonald threw the red flag out. That was not a catch. Excellent. Good call on that one. Mike McDonald, I believe, is 1 for 1 on coaches' challenges. That's a big one because that's the difference between 1st and 10. 1, 2. No, he definitely did not catch that ball. That was actually like that should come back very quick. That was blatantly not a catch. And the ref, I mean, he had a clear line of that. That's incredible that he called that a catch. Ooh, we have oh. We have a touchdown update for some of you guys out there, and this will help some people in the fantasy aspect of things. Christian McCaffrey, 1 yard touchdown run. There was a defensive penalty for offsides, which was obviously declined, and the extra point was good. So San Francisco takes the lead a little bit further, 14-3 over Tennessee Titans. And the Packers extended their lead as well over the Broncos by kicking another field goal. They are up 6-0 over Denver. Lions and Rams are starting the second quarter, tied up at 7. The Panthers are starting the second quarter over the Saints by a touchdown and the score of 7-0. So right now, all these games are one-score games minus the Niners Titans game. And let's be honest, that Niners Titans game that should absolutely be a blowout. So, I mean, anything can happen. This is the NFL, but let's be real. It's Tennessee. And that sucks because when I was younger, I was a Matt Hasselbeck fan. And Hasselbeck ended up going over to Tennessee. So I had been a Hasselbeck fan for several years at that point. If you don't know, Seahawks uh, quarterback. I had been a fan of his for a couple years, so I had known the Seattle for a while. So I decided that I would be a Seahawks fan after he left, but I cheered for the Titans as well. So if I had an NFC team, it's Seattle. AFC team, it would be the Titans. So I know what it's like to win and lose a lot. Oh boy. All right. And the call on the field. Oh. McDonald threw the challenge flag. However, there was an expedited review, so he didn't have to, and it was reversed. It was an incomplete pass. It is 4th and 4, and Seattle is going to get the ball back. We have a punt, the snap, the kick. Let's see how far this one goes. Shaheed fields it at the 8, gets it only to the 14. Goodson, third string running back, just held Shaheed's ankle and would not let go like a damn chihuahua. All right. See what Seattle could do. They got a field goal on their last trip. All right, let's see what we got. 1st and 10, Darnold under center. Oh no, he's in the shotgun. Charbonnet behind him. Fakes a handoff. Throws it in the middle to JSN. Hits him in the chest, and JSN drops it. Are you kidding me? That was a 14-yard. Mm. Oh my God, it doesn't get into your chest more. Wow. All right, shrug it off. Shrug it off. It's okay. We're all allowed one every now and again. He's a superstar. All right. There's a flag. Darnold slings it. 15-yard gain by Barner. Let's see what this flag is, though. Offsides on the offense. Called on Barner. Oh, he was. No, it was. That was bad. Barner was offsides. Son of a bitch. All right, so we got a 2nd and 15. Probably going to be a run here because why not? Darnold out of the shotgun. Charbonnet to his right at their own 10. Shaheed in motion. Snap. Darnold throws. Slings it for JSN, who's only going to get a 7-yard gain. So we're going to be looking at a 3rd and 8 from the 17-yard line. All right. Let's see what we got. Darnold's going to get sacked at the 10. That was an all-out blitz, and there was just no time for reaction there. Seattle gets a 3-and-out. Well, the Colts hold Seattle to a 3-and-out. God, that was terrible. Mm. All right. Colts defense has showed out. First punt for Dixon was a 48-yard one. So let's see what he can do now. He is on the W of the Hawks logo. The punt is away. Fair catch called for. And on the own 47-yard line is where the Colts are going to start their drive. All right. Still tied at 3. Still tied up at 3. And nothing else really going on. So we do have a score update. The Lions with a field goal putting themselves over the Rams 10-7. That is the only score update I've got for you guys at the moment. Let's see if we have a Patrick Mahomes update. So Mahomes is slated to undergo an MRI on his left knee. Probably going to have that tomorrow. So with that being said, with the Chiefs being out of the playoffs, I do believe that he might be done for the year if it's not perfectly fine. They're not really playing for anything at this point. I mean, a positive record maybe, but other than that, I think they're just going to call it a day on that one. I gotta figure out what to do for these commercial breaks. All right, Rivers and the Colts starting at their own 47. They've got really good field positioning here. So Rivers is under center with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Nope. He moves back to shotgun, hands it off to Taylor, who is going to get an 8-yard gain. Oh, man. And we have a score update. We have Cam Ward passing to G. Helm for a 34-yard touchdown over there. And the extra point is good. San Francisco still leads over the Tennessee Titans 14-10. That's a lot closer than I would anticipate. I would absolutely love to see an upset over there. That would be incredible. But nonetheless, it is 2nd and 1. Handoff to JT again, who's going to get about 3 yards. It'll be a Colts first down. 12 minutes left in the second quarter. It's a wild thing to see Rivers in this game. All right, under shotgun, JT to the right. 1st and 10 on Seattle's 41. Rivers dropping back. Oh, he lost his footing. And that was one of the most awkward things I think I've seen. It looked like Rivers got nervous and fell. Oh no, he lost his footing on the logo. He lost his footing, fell, Yeah, he slides. Okay, that's odd. So he fell down, got back up, and then dove. Only a loss of one. I think that'll go as a sack. But nonetheless, we have 2nd and 12, and Rivers calls a timeout. Did that go down as a sack? It did. So they credit Seattle's defense with a sack on a Phillips River fall. You got the Rams in the red zone. So you got the Rams in the red zone after what looks like, I think if I read correctly, was a 34-yard gain by Puka Nacua. That dude is a menace. Ooh, we have a touchdown update. The Broncos 20-yard pass by Bo Nix. Tied up at 6 pending a extra point try. But we've got Rivers in the shotgun. 2nd and 12, Seattle's 44. JT to the left. Rivers steps back, throws, and it is caught for about 4-yard gain. Nika Monwari comes up with the tackle. All right, let's see what they do. 3rd and 10. Come on, Seattle. Let's go, guys. Stop them. It is 3rd and 10. Rivers out of the shotgun. JT to the right. Hands it off to JT. There is a flag down. JT stretches for 5. And it's against Seattle. Offsides on the defense. Boye Mafe lined up in the neutral zone. I mean, it's close. It's not as bad as Barner's, but just shooting himself in the foot. So now we will have a 3rd and 5. You can still stop him here. 3rd and 5. Rivers in the shotgun. Oh, and the Colts with a false start to go 3rd and 10. This is the third attempt at the third down. All right, and Denver's extra point was good. That puts them in the lead over the Packers 7-6 with 8 minutes to go in the second. All right, 3rd and 10. Rivers out of the shotgun. JT to the left. Rivers drops back, throws to Pittman. Pittman dives and looks like he's going to be about a half a yard shy. Ernest Jones tripped him up, got that. All right, so what are the Colts doing? It looks like they're going for it. Be 4th and short. Fourth and about a half a yard. Rivers is lined up under center. Gives it to Taylor. There's a flag down, but they did stop him. It's a false start against the Colts, but if they stopped him, decline it and get the ball. Oh, the right guard jumped early, so it's 4th and 6 now, and they're going for a kick. They're talking right now how this is the Colts' third kicker, apparently. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be a 55-yard field goal attempt. All right. 57 is this dude's career long. The snap, the hold, the kick. Oh, it looks good. He got it. 55 yards. And the Colts take the lead again. 6-3. All right. Indy takes the lead again. And there is 8.5 minutes left in the second. We do have another update for you. Another game score update. The Rams, Kyron Williams, gets a 1-yard touchdown. Extra point is good, and they are now leading the Lions 14-10. And there's 8.5 minutes left to go in that game as well. All right, so this is a slow Seattle. Like I said, guys, Seattle is a one-half team. They one half they play incredible. Sometimes it's the first, sometimes it's the second. Let's really hope that it's the second because this first half has not looked great. So that fumble recovery in the first quarter of the Broncos Green Bay game, it was RJ Harvey who put the ball in the dirt. Ooh. And we have another game score update. You have the Saints tying it 7-7 with the Panthers. You had Devin Neal, 4-yard rushing touchdown. The extra point was good. So, we've got some close games going on. Every game, all 5 of them are within one score. It's a good afternoon for football. All right. The kick is away. Shahid's back to field it. He's at the 30, the 35. They're pushing the pile. He's at the 40. There is a flag down. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 42. Man, there's a lot of flags going on in this game. Block in the back against the return team. So that starting at the 42 is now starting at the 32. All right. All right, let's see what we got going. So Seattle did try to pick the tempo. Seattle's had a couple good plays, but they just get called for flags. See what they could do. They're at their own 18. Darnold's under center with Shaheed in motion, and the handoff to Shaheed got absolutely blown up for a loss of 6. Sorry, loss of 3. I don't know why I doubled that number. Colts defense has been all over Seattle today. And now we have a flag for a false start. 5 yards. Jesus. Seattle's looking amateur today. Absolutely horrible. Nope. Come back to me, camera. Oh, man. Second and 18 from the 10. Darnold in the backfield alone under shotgun. Drops back. Steps forward. He's going to run it and gets absolutely hammered. I don't know what he was doing there. Darnold just took a massive hit. Took a hit, fumbled it, but it went out of bounds. All right, third and 18 from the 9.5. Handoff to Charbonnet, who falls down. Another loss of 2. And Seattle's home crowd is booing, and I agree. 6 minutes to go. 4th and 20. We do have a score update, though. We have the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 yards. Oh, and the punt is away. Fair catch called for at the 41. 5:49 to go in the first half. All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. That puts Detroit above the Rams again, 17-14. So Amon-Ra is having himself a fantasy day. 6 receptions, 96 yards, and 2 TDs in the first half. Just looking at some other stuff at the moment, not really seeing anything worth noting. Jared Goff in the first half has 140 yards throwing, 2 passing touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs only has 17 rushing yards right now. You got the Niners in the red zone with a minute and 17 to go in the half. So you got 6 minutes left in the half for the Rams game. 4.5 left in the Broncos Packers. And then 5.5 left for the Colts Seattle. So we do have some very close games going on. again, all these games are within one score. So Seattle's just having a bad outing right now. All right, Rivers out of the shotgun hands it to Taylor. Taylor gets 3 yards and stopped. So I had guessed that Taylor would have 28 touches today. He has had 13 carries in the first half. So Rivers isn't doing shit today, by the way. Let's just get that through everybody's head. He is not doing a damn thing. Abdullah gets a handoff, pushing the pile for about 4 yards. It'll be third down. So Rivers is 5 for 11 for 42 yards. And that's it. And we do have a touchdown update after this play. 3rd and 3. Rivers out of the shotgun. Pittman in motion. You got JT to his right at their own 48-yard line. Oh, Abdullah was in the backfield and gets it, and he gets a first down. He gets into Seattle territory for about a gain of 10. All right, that touchdown update was a 14-yard pass by Jordan Love to Josh Jacobs. So pending extra point, it is 12-7. Green Bay atop of the Broncos. All right, we got a 1st and 10 for the Colts here, Seattle's side of the field. Fakes a handoff. Rivers drops back, dumps it off to Warren. Warren gets held up behind the line for a loss of 1. We have 3.5 left to go in the second quarter. All right, so we got a 2nd and 11 to go with 3:10 left in the half. Rivers trying to make something happen. Out of the shotgun, man in motion. Rivers drops back to pass. Throws it in the middle for Warren for a gain of 16. Seattle's defense on their heels. And Seattle's offense nowhere to be found. All right. That'll be the 2-minute warning. Taylor took it for about 6 yards. All right. 2-minute warning in Seattle. By the way, the extra point over there was good. Green Bay takes the lead 13-7 over the Broncos. So, as I said, Seattle is not doing so good to start off. Obviously, we hope they improve. And to be fair, with a score of 6-3, it's obviously anybody's game. Um, the Colts, however, are encroaching on the red zone. I believe they are actually just outside of it. Yeah, they're on the 21-yard line. So they're pretty much in the red zone. All right. So we definitely would like to see more from Seattle, but a couple little updates around the league. 13-7 Packers over the Broncos with 4 minutes to go in the half. Lions 17-14 over the Rams, 3 minutes to go in the half. Panthers up on the Saints 10-7, 20 seconds to go. Titans trailing the Niners 17-10 with a minute left in the half. And then obviously Colts against our Seattle Seahawks are up by 3, 6-3 at the 2-minute warning. So, obviously all of them really close games. And we're really hoping Seattle can stop and at least hold them to a field goal here. It's 2nd and 5 at Seattle's 21. You've got Rivers out of the shotgun. High snap. Rivers comes down with it, dumps it off to JT. JT powers ahead for 7 yards. That's going to be a first down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And there is a Colts player shaken up after that one. Ryman looks like an offensive lineman. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. His whole body's slumped. I hope he's okay. Oh, it's his arm or hand or something. I've said to my friends, I've said to my peers, this is a trap game for Seattle. You got a quarterback that you haven't seen in 5 years in the NFL coming in against a team that's still trying to figure out what they're doing now that Daniel Jones is out. All right, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Rivers out of the shotgun with Taylor to the right, hands it off to Taylor, cuts up the middle and gets tripped up for a gain of 3. And Seattle calls for a timeout with a minute 42 to go. They're hoping to stop them here and maybe get a field goal in. That's Seattle hopes to get a field goal in if they're calling timeouts right here. We're going to have a 2nd and 7. Wow. Total yards. Colts has 141. Seattle has 34. 36. Sorry. Awful. Awful first half by Seattle. All right. Rivers hands it off to JT. JT gets another 4. He'll be So it'll be 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 2. Seattle takes another timeout with a minute 37 to go. It'll be a 3rd and 4. Come on, defense. Make a damn stop here. You guys have had a good game thus far, but make something happen. I cannot believe you've only gotten one sack on Rivers, and that's because he fell down. It wasn't even you guys doing it. All right, Rivers out of shotgun. He's going to pass it. And he's got a touchdown. Josh Downs. Wow. All right. The Colts go up 12-3. I don't know how Seattle's defensive line, I mean, they're not doing anything today. Nothing. The extra point's good. There's a minute 33 to go. Oh, man. No bueno. I don't like that at all. No, the biggest deficit in the afternoon window goes to the Colts Seahawks game. Not in the way that we're looking for it to happen. But nonetheless, Seattle might be getting their ass beat, which they're really not. It's 10 points, right? So it's two-score game. There's a minute and a half left. If Seattle can at least go down and get a field goal, which I know is a tough ask considering they've honestly their offense has played like an ass. It's been terrible. We do have a game score update. We have Bo Nix throwing to Humphrey for 5-yard touchdown. Extra point is good, and that brings the lead back to Denver with a minute 56 left to go over there. 14-13 over the Packers. So, like I said, all of these late window games are very close. Broncos 14-13 over the Packers. Lions 17-14 over the Rams. Panthers 10-7 over the Saints. Titans trailing the Niners 17-10, and the Colts ahead of the Seattle 13-3. So all these games are relatively close, with obviously our game being the largest deficit of 10 points. So we got a minute and 33, I believe, left to go in the second, in the half. All right, Shaheed trying to make something happen. Going to get stopped at the 22-yard line. So Seattle has one timeout with a minute 27 seconds left. So we'll have to see what Seattle can do. It would be really nice to see them get at least a field goal here before the half, but their offense has been very underwhelming today. 36 total yards, one rushing yard. It's god awful from Seattle this so far. All right, Darnold taking the snap. JSN was in motion. Darnold shrugs off a dodged a sack, throws it to Shaheed for 8 yards. We got a minute and 16 to go. They are rushing. All right, 110 to play. Darnold in the backfield. Got him out of the shotgun. He takes a step back, looking for something. He throws it. He's got Smith and Jigba gets out of bounds at midfield. There we go. Come on, some life. We got some life, Seattle. 18-yard completion. That's the biggest of the day. Oh, no, that's wrong. Cup had 19. All right, guys. A minute to go. 60 ticks of the clock left. Only has 25 yards receiving for JSN today, averaging 110 a game. All right. The pass for A.J. Barner, but it was incomplete. So clock stopped, 56 seconds to go. We have a score update, by the way. Do this real quick. And we have Goff throwing to Javonte Williams for 31-yard touchdown. Kick extra point was good. It is 24-14 over there in Detroit. Detroit trying to pull away and upset the Rams. All right. Darnold out of the shotgun. Blitz is picked up. Throws it to Kupp. Kupp. Nice stiff arm and spin move for 9 yards. The clock is still ticking. 45 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd and 1, and they are like right on the cusp of field goal range. 37, 36, 35. They sneak it, and he picks up the first down. You got 30 seconds to go. Get off your asses. Oh, Seattle calls a timeout. 31 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 10, and they are in field goal range for Jason Myers. Seattle's trying to make something happen here. And I'll tell you what, Seattle, if you lose this game while the Rams lose this game, their game, you are just shooting yourself in the foot. No game in the NFL is a given. We've seen that this year. But Seattle, win this game, please. You've got the Rams who are down by 10 with 30 seconds to go in their half. They are probably not getting anything done in 30 seconds. It's still possible. They got Puka, but I digress. Darnold out of the shotgun, Charbonnet to his right. Seattle at the Colts 40-yard line. The snap, Darnold lets it fly. Incomplete to Smith and Jigba, looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. I don't agree with that. I'm biased, but it looked like his hands were tied. Ooh. He got away with one. The announcers even said it. That was not good there. But nonetheless, 2nd and 10 with 28 to go. All right. Charbonnet to the left. Darnold out of the shotgun. Feel like I'm on repeat. Drops back. Throws it for Njigba. Njigba's going to get maybe 6 yards. Where's the face mask? Man, the Colts are not calling shit. Or these refs are not calling shit. They've got to spike it. They can't do anything. Just spike it. Wow. These refs are pissing me off. You've got a freaking pass interference that wasn't called against Njigba. And I've never been a complaint about the ref guy. Son of a bitch, man. All right. Jason Myers is out there for the field goal. Timeout by the Colts. So you got the so they're showing the replay now because Seattle is pissed. McDonald's pissed. So Njigba's down, and the Colts are raking at the football and damn near pulls Njigba's helmet off. But that freaking that play prior to that one. This is a 52-yard attempt by Jason Myers. 5 seconds ago. This will bring us to the halftime. Kick is up, and it's a beauty. All right. That's the final play of the half. Seattle did what they needed to do right there, and they get points. So, two field goals for Seattle's offense here. Philip Rivers does have a passing touchdown. It is 13-6 going into the half. A very, very disappointing half. Uh, so yeah, nonetheless, Seattle is trailing. 3 rushing yards in the first half from Seattle. So hopefully they can make something go on. I mean, this has been a disappointing play. You got JSN only 31 yards. So hopefully we see something happen here. But a little bit of game updates as well, they all reach to halftime. You have the Packers 16-14 over the Broncos. Lions 24-14 over the Rams. Panthers 10-7 over the Saints. Niners 17-10 over the Titans, and the Colts 13-6 over Seattle. Those are your updates at halftime, and every game appears to be in halftime. Nope. The Rams got a last-second field goal, 24-17 at the half. And then the Packers got their field goal as well, 16-14. So every game's within a score. Every game in these afternoon windows are looking good. So for Seattle, for halftime, we got a few minutes here. I am hoping that they get their offense back in form. Defense is, despite the one passing touchdown, the defense has been putting in work. I do want to see more from the front four. We have one sack. One sack. That's embarrassing. We have one sack, right? Yeah, that's it. Just one sack. And that was Philip Rivers falling. That wasn't even anything grand. That was Rivers fell down. But all right. So I am gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna put a dinner away, and I will be back come the start of halftime. And I will see all of you beautiful people here shortly. I made that a quick one. But, oh man. So hopefully Seattle can pull something together here. So I don't think any of the teams have come back from their half times yet. Nope, I'm wrong. So as soon as I went, we have the Panthers are already 3 minutes into their half, second half rather. But Rivers is 10 for 16, 81 yards, 5.1 an attempt, and one touchdown. Uh, Sam Darnold's 8 for 12 for 84, 7 yards per attempt. But it's an interesting game. I mean, Seattle's offense is not playing how it should be. Colts defense is looking good, and Seattle's defense, even though they look good, they're just not getting to Darnold or to Rivers, which is insane. Yes, I'm eating a marshmallow. Seattle does get the ball to start, so hopefully they could do something with that. Last week we saw Shaheed go for 100 yards right out of the gate for the second half. I'm not going to say he'll do it again, but that would be pretty incredible. You know what? I have a second one of these marshmallows right here. They're big ass marshmallows, but I'm going to give them to my dogs. Here you go, bud. Good boy. Good girl. They love marshmallows. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate all of you being in here. I'm starting to get used to the live reaction type of things. It's something that I just wanted to do because I'm a Seahawks fan. That's why I cover Seattle's games. And it's been surprisingly successful. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. Sunny came through with the follow earlier. Huge, huge thank you to her for that. We should do some gaming sessions with her later. So maybe not later today, but maybe tomorrow. But oh, it's been fun. I hope everybody's teams that were playing today won. If you're a Chiefs fan, suck it. Mahomes, I hope you're okay. I don't like injuries. Doesn't matter if I hate you as a person or not. Don't wish that on nobody, unless you're Deshaun Watson. Um, yeah, that's about it. I forgot to get a drink. Ooh, we have an update. Score update. Young passes deep right to Coker for 32 yards for a touchdown. Carolina taking a 17 to 7 lead over the Saints. And extra point was good, clearly. And they are 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So they're a good 5 minutes ahead of everybody else at the moment. All right, let's go Seattle. Should be getting back from halftime here very shortly. We're going to be getting the ball to start. See what we can do with it. You're still in here, you're still watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. You want to pipe in, say hello, chat, anything fun? I'm here for it. No, I do not understand why this gets changed. So, whenever I do a new reaction video and I edit the title, it changes the title for my previous one. So, like last week, I did the Seattle versus Falcons. And when I did this one, Colts versus Seahawks, it now changed last week's name. I don't, I don't understand. But thank you to all of you that are here. And halftime is just about to start. Second half is just about to start. Halftime's just about over. So, who else do we got playing? The Niners are starting. Do 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 do. So, do 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 do. All right. So the Niners got the ball to start their game, their second half. So we'll see what's going on there. All right. What else do we got going on? Seattle's coming back. Niners are back. And the Panthers are 5 minutes into their half. All right. Shaheed takes it. He's at the 20. He's trying to wait for something to happen. He breaks a couple tackles. There is a flag, and Shaheed's down at the 33, 34. Tell you what, Seattle has been shooting themselves with these damn flags, man. All right, what's this penalty? There's been so many of them today. I hear a lot of booing. Don't know what the booing is for, but I hear a lot of it. All right, here we go. What's the flag? Two flags. Holding against return. Personal foul, face mask against kicking team. Penalties offset. Interesting. All right. So Seattle's going to have the ball at, I believe, the 32-yard line. And we have a touchdown update. Brock Purdy pass, 13-yard touchdown pass to Juwan Jennings, pending a extra point, but they are up on Tennessee 23-10. All right, let's go. First and 10. Darnold under center at the 29-yard line, not 32. Sorry. He passes, quick pass to JSN for 7 yards. Not bad. It's a good start. It's better than what we've been doing thus far. I'll take what I can get. It'll be a 2nd and 3. Arnold is under center again. Charbonnet in the backfield. Hands off to Charbonnet, going up the middle. He is pushing the pile. They get the first down and a little more. We got about 5 yards after that. Nice little 5-yard gain, and we have a first down. I like it. Let's keep it going. First downs, first downs, first downs. That's what gets us into scoring. I feel like a broken record today. Third down this, third down that, incomplete this. Flag over there. All right. First and 10 at the 41. Fakes a handoff to Walker. The throw to Barner. Barner's got some room. 15-yard gain by A.J. Barner. And another first down for Seattle. Here we go. On a roll. We're into Colts side of the field now. All right. Darnold's under center. Got Walker in the backfield. First and 10. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the left. Throws. A.J. Barner falls forward for 5. Darnold did get hit low, but he is okay. All right. I still can't believe that the Niners got the last pick of the draft in Purdy, and he's actually pretty good. Like, it's wild. All right. Second and 5. Darnold's 11 for 15 for 111. Handoff to Walker, who goes up the gut, but he's only going to get about a yard as he kind of gets stopped right there. I don't know how Shaheed's at the bottom of that pile. All right, so we're going to have about a third and 3 here. All right, third and 3, Darnold in shotgun. Drops back to pass. Throws it. Incomplete pass to Charbonnet. It is 4th and 3, and I think they're just outside of field goal range. It looks like McDonald's keeping them on the field. What are we doing? They're going for it. I agree with this. I agree with it. It's risk, but we need some spark on offense. We need something to happen. So here we go. 4th and 3. Darnold's all alone in the backfield. He is out of shotgun. He drops back. Thinking about throwing. He throws it to Barner. Barner gets a first down. 6-yard completion to A.J. Barner. And we convert on 4th down and 3. There we go. He was looking for JSN. Barner got tripped up, but he got 6 yards. That's all we needed. We just needed 3. There we go, Seattle. Making something happen. All right. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the left. Open. All right. That's probably why he doesn't have a touch this season. Throws to Brady Russell completely open, but the guy is just absolutely thinking about running, and he had probably 6 yards of clearance, but he dropped it. All right, 2nd and 10. Darnold under center with Walker in the backfield. Hands it off to Walker, who goes up the middle and gets 3 yards. So you're going to be looking at a 3rd and 7. So we'll see what goes on here. We do have a touchdown update for y'all. Josh Jacobs, 40-yard rushing touchdown. Extra point is good, and Green Bay is up on the Denver Broncos 23-14. All right. Darnold all alone out of the shotgun. 3rd and 7 at 29. Pressure's coming. He throws it up. Shaheed, are you kidding me? Field goal units coming on. These refs. All right. All right. Whatever. 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 All right. Myers is back out there. 46-yard attempt. Kick is up. Looked like it was hooking a little bit, but it is good. So he is 3 for 3. Seattle gets a field goal, and it's a 4-point game. Wow. Wow. Just wow. So let me recreate that just a little bit here. So Shaheed, this is kind of funny by Shaheed. So Shaheed gets all the, like slight push off and everything in the hands. He just gets done. He looks at the ref and he just puts his hands on his hips and just goes like this. But just staring right at the ref. But man, that looked ugly. These refs, man. God, I hate that I'm like this right now. I'm not, excuse me, I am not a freaking blame the refs on everything kind of guy, but the amount of no calls going on is just wild to me. It just blows my mind. All right, what's going on in the league? Packers on top of the Broncos, 23-14. Rams got a field goal, getting closer to the Lions, 24-20. Panthers, Saints, 17-7. Panthers above. And Niners above the Titans, 24-10. So this is just like Seattle too. Watch, like Rams lose. So if the Rams lose and Seattle wins, Seattle takes the NFC West. They're at the top spot. We play the Rams on a short week this week. We play the Rams Thursday. So it would be Seattle to lose this game if the Rams lose their game. You are in the perfect opportunity to take the NFC West and the NFC as a whole by winning this game right now. So if the Rams lose and Seattle loses, then Seattle falls, I believe, to like seed 8 just out of the playoffs because if the Niners win. All right, so Seattle's offense is showing improvement though, and we like that. They just showed a stat the first 4 drives for Seattle, they only had 36 yards. The last 2 drives, they've had 87. So Seattle has improved on their offense with the last 2 drives. So we'll just Myers kicks it away. Abdullah gets it at the 1. And Abdullah gets a crease. Hurdles Myers. Beautiful return there. Not good for Seattle, though. I think he got to like the 43, 44-yard line. All right. Rivers is back out there. He's in the shotgun with Taylor to his right. They're at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Downs is in motion. Hands it off to Taylor. Taylor gets swallowed up at the line to gain. All right. 2nd and 10. Rivers out of the shotgun all alone. Looks like it's going to be a screen to Taylor. The pass. He's got nothing to Taylor. Oh, and they. Wow. So they had Taylor covered, and then the one DB runs at Rivers, the other CB runs back out and lets Taylor get open. So Taylor catches it, gets about 7 yard gain, 6 yard. But it's 3rd and 4. God, if the defense could do a 3-and-out right now, that would be a huge momentum boost for the offense. All right, 3rd and 4. Taylor to the right, Downs in motion, Rivers out of the shotgun. The snap, he's looking to throw. He's letting it fly. Downs was open and was not ready for it. He could not correct it, and it is a 4th and 4. Downs beat Job. Ooh, the offense is staying out there. This might be a hard count. It's 4th and 4. I don't think they're doing this. 4th and 4 at midfield. I think it's a hard count. Do not jump. Do not flip and jump. 3, 2, 1. Delay a game. Thank God they didn't jump. All right, so now the Colts are going to punt. So, Seattle, 3-and-out. There we go. I like those two sequences. Whew. All right, Colts are going to punt at their own 46. The snap, the kick. Shaheed calls for a fair catch at the 6-yard line. Man, Seattle's got a long field ahead of them. We'll see what they can do with it. But we do not have any score updates for y'all. Nothing else going around the league right now. Just going through all my darn notifications. Oh, great. My daughter's school has a 2-hour delay tomorrow. That's okay, we can sleep in. Man, why is there a 2-hour delay? Is there some snow I'm not aware of? I don't see why there's a 2-hour delay tomorrow. Alright, so the weather right now is 16 degrees, feels like 3. with an 11-mile-an-hour wind. But as far as hourly goes, other than it being cold, I have no idea why there's a 2-hour delay tomorrow. Yeah, no precipitation. It's just going to be 14 degrees. I don't know, for any of you that grew up in snow, for any of you that grew up in cold, when I went to school as a kid, if there was 6 inches of snow, you're going to school. You're going to put chains on the bus and you're going to have a really rough ride in. And they didn't care if it was cold outside. But my daughter's school just 2 hour delayed because it's going to be cold. And they don't want the kids to wait in the cold. God, I feel so old. All right. Enough of that. So, Seattle's offense back out there. They're at their own 7-yard line. Handoff to Charbonnet to the right. And he gets about 4.5, maybe 5-yard gain there. Absolutely lowers the shoulder against Colts Nick Cross. All right. All right, 2nd and 4. Darnold is under center with Charbonnet in the backfield. We have a score update for you as well. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. Charbonnet for about 8 yards. Gets a nice first down gain right there. Seattle's offense looking like they got something going. Let's go, guys. You know, I'm gonna go back in this stream. If Seattle wins, I'm gonna go back in this stream when there was 3 minutes into the game, or like 3 minutes into the second quarter, and I was saying that Seattle is a one-half team. They play good in one half. Anyway, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Darnold is under center. Charbonnet in the backfield fakes a handoff. He steps up into the pocket, gets hit as he throws to Barner. So Darnold's a little slow to get up, but he's all right. It'll be 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass. Yeah, he had Barner. Barner was going to get hit pretty much as soon as he caught the ball, but it would have been a 4-yard gain. But 2nd and 10. Darnold hands it off to Walker. Walker gets popped after a 5-yard gain. So that'll bring 3rd and 5. I really expected more from the passing game, especially with Sauce Gardner not being out there. I really expected more in the passing game here. All right. 1 for 8 on 3rd down for Seattle. 3rd and 4. Come on, guys. Darnold steps up in the pocket. He throws off center to Barner. Oh, man. And that's going to be a 4th and 4. And Seattle's going to punt. That's okay. Oh, man. This is, I mean, these defenses are both having some impressive performances today. All right, there's got to be a flag there. I guess we're just allowed to tackle the Gunners now. But no, it was like a 3-yard gain on the punt return. So really nothing going for them there. So that's good. We got a commercial break. I don't see any. Oh, and look at that. We have a touchdown Bo Nix to Cortland Sutton for 14 yards. Man, I think that is Cortland Sutton's first touchdown in probably 8 weeks. The extra point is good. Denver bringing it a little bit closer here in the third quarter, 23-21. Packers still out on top. Lions and Rams are still 24-20. Panthers 17-10. Niners 24-10 and Colts 13-9. So again, all of these games are tight except for the Niners game, which is what I predicted. I may not be the most entertaining. I may not be the most politically correct, but I'm pretty good at my assumptions. Other than the assumption of followers. I don't get shit for followers. Y'all don't like me. It's okay. I love you.